actually made it here to the Portsoy Boat Festival, and things are starting to warm up, and I'm going to go for a little look around. And it's here in its 29th year, and I am excited to meet the people of Portsoy. And I know a little bit about the tradition of the festival, and it is as much as the place and the people that really make this event. There are thousands of people that come over the weekend. Yesterday, because of the weather, they came in their droves. Today, there's maybe a few sore heads. They've tasted the whiskey, they've tasted some of the local fare, and what a fantastic backdrop for a celebration of the area. When I decided to do my tour of Aberdeenshire, I always said I wanted to kind of really get to grips with a real feel for the people and the place. And here I am in Portsoy, the Portsoy Boat Festival of 29 years. Now, if only you could smell the seaweed. You know, the water has been crashing up against it. It is salty. The whole atmosphere here. In food terms, of course, I'm thinking about what comes from the water, and I think the whole thing about tradition and traditional methods. We're heading off to a fish shop that has definitely got secrets of smoking and traditional methods that they perhaps do not think is particularly anything special, but the flavours speak for themselves. Just look at this place. I guess if you're wanting to get a sense of place, you either go to a cafe or a local pub and see how friendly they are. And yeah, if you ask the right questions, you generally get a wee nugget of something that maybe a wee bit further afield you wouldn't know. So I don't know exactly what's happening in here. They were very friendly earlier. There's a queue, and they certainly must be doing something right, because it's not just the fact that it's warm, but what a really nice place. Pulled pork sandwiches, we've got no doubt a wee bit of fish. A few characters, notable characters have visited, and quite busy so far? Yeah. Did a whiskey in your coffee this morning? No. Oh, do they? So it's just on the sly. Anyway, have a wonderful day. I'm having a fantastic day here at the Portsoy Boat Festival. My first visit, and I've just been round the food fair and I have discovered the most amazing ingredients, and all that you need, of course, is a nice hot pan, bringing them together slightly under pressure because I need to make this work. So let me tell you what I got in the tent. We have a lovely potato bread, a very interesting hot banana chutney, which is just made locally. I met the lady who made it. I've got zingy tingy beetroot, which is absolutely delicious. It's an ingredient that I'm very familiar with, beetroot, as we all, it's such a mainstream, but the flavor of this particular one blew my mind. Very excited. I've also got a very really good traditional values of a local butcher in Aberdeenshire, and I've got steak chorizo burger that I'm going to complement the main thing that I'm going to get in the pan, and it's venison medallions. Now this is only 7 miles away from here in Portsoy. I've got an onion and a carrot, which is you know, a bit of a staple around here, and we also have some really nice smoked bacon. So I'm going to challenge myself to include it by adding some of the summer berry gin. So we're going to start off by taking the medallion of venison, which is beautiful and really doesn't need a lot of cooking anyway. No seasoning at all, because I think the bacon is going to season that beautifully. I'm going to roll that up and put the heat up and put that straight into the pan. So we're just going to add a little bit of oil, and we have some onion, and that is just going to add to the flavour. Now we're in the boat shed here in Portsoy, so we are definitely getting a real sense of place. We've picked the ingredients, and here we are in the pan, bringing it to life. The lovely steak and chorizo burgers, all that I'm going to do is chop them up into smaller pieces, roll them, and they're going straight into the pans. So it's little meatballs. And as they continue to cook, we will get the oil from the chorizo that will help pull the flavors together. And once we get the bacon nice and crispy and the chorizo browned, we're going to turn that over, and that's not going to take long at all. And we're going to use the whole pan, and if you could see that beautiful colour. So we're going to put that to one side and let it cook. And we're going to use some more onion. And this time, we're going to add some carrots. So this is the kind of savoury element that's going to bring together the sweeter ingredients. So we're going to add some rapeseed oil. We're going to really ramp up the heat. And I'm going to take the beetroot, and this is going to give a real sharpness to the base flavour of the chutney. So we're going to put in the beetroot, the onions and the carrots and letting them sizzle away. I'm going to take the venison out now because it would take a bit longer to cook, and you can see that lovely crispy bacon. And we're going to be serving this pink anyway, so this is definitely a one pot or one pan celebration of Portsoy that will taste delicious. This chutney, I'm really excited. I generally would never think of putting this combination together, but I have been very much challenged by going around the food tent here at this food festival, and I think the food festivals in Scotland do exactly that. They encourage people to taste things that you've never tasted before. So in with the chutney on top of the beetroot, and we're going to let that cook on down. A good tablespoon. I've got some chard that I'm just going to add, and then I'm just going to turn over the venison to continue to seal it, and we are going to add the gin. And we're going to leave that for a couple of minutes. So we're ready to go. As I said, we've got the onions, we've got the greens and the chutney, and we're going to put that center stage. Wow. The banana and the kickers really came to life. We have the beautiful medallions. In the middle, and a nice little accompaniment of the chorizo steak and the gin and the berries. I've actually got a few berries, so these are the botanicals of the gin. We've got, I'm just going to use raspberries on their own, and there's also a little bit of pepper in the gin, so I'm just going to add a little bit of pepper, and using every single bit of juice that's came out of the meat, the vegetables, or the Scottish berries. And that is my Portsoy festival. Absolutely delicious. Now, of course, what you could do, you could serve the warm bread on the side, but here is something that you could do for the sharing. You could use the hot pan, and with the remaining flavors in the pan, a little bit more oil, a little bit more of the chutney, give it a good sizzle together, and then just pop in the bread and just get it covered in the flavors. Absolutely delicious. So whether you are having a dinner party, whether you are camping, or whether you are at the side of the Aberdeenshire countryside, one pan, one stove, and an abundance of flavours from the very, very best of Aberdeenshire.